Hello, everybody. It's me, Wendy. I hope you're all having a great day out there today. And in case you haven't seen any of my other videos, just a little intro on me. I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma, stage 3 breast cancer, and that was on April Fool's Day of this year, 2024. Just to kind of backtrack a little bit, because I'm kind of further into my treatment now, but when I went in for my original appointment with my doctor after my diagnosis, she was telling me what my treatment plan was going to be. And basically, because I'm HER2 positive and I'm estrogen positive, that I needed to do chemotherapy. I was going to have a mastectomy and radiation, and then an immunotherapy regimen after that for several years to prevent it from coming back, provided everything goes well. And that's where I'm at right now. But I did go in for my chemotherapy, and before I did, talking with my breast doctor, who is the breast surgeon, in fact, who diagnosed me, I said, well, what about this chemo and radiation and stuff? Are we sure that I'm going to need a mastectomy? And she said, well, you know what? Let's see how everything goes, and then we'll revisit it afterwards. So I had gone through chemo with some optimism, but yet in the back of my mind, I was convinced that I know that's kind of weird to say I was convinced but optimistic. I guess just because I just have such bad luck with things in my life. It just feels like I can't catch a break, honestly. And it goes way deeper than just this diagnosis, just in general. I've had a really rough life, and I guess I just sort of, when these bad curveballs come at me, I'm like, I mean, I don't even think I can put it into words, really, but I was pretty sure going through chemo that I was going to need the mastectomy, but there was a little part of me that kept saying, nope, you're doing this, you're getting through this chemo, you're going to be great, this is going to help so much, you'll see, just trust. And then in the back of my mind, that evil little bug is going, no, brace yourself for the worst, because this is your deal. This is how things go. But, oh man, the mental gymnastics we put ourselves through, I'll tell you. But anyways, I started the chemo in May of 2024. And then I finished it in August. So about 2 or 3 weeks later, I got my MRI, and the cancer's gone. At least that's what it showed. The tumor's gone. I'm sorry, the tumor's gone. I don't know about the cancer, but the tumor is gone completely. So, yes, I got the great news in the doctor's office. She's like, your tumor's gone, but you do have a lot of damaged tissue, so we're going to need to remove that. So we're going to do a lumpectomy. That's what I was really hoping for the whole time, is that I didn't have to lose my breasts. So as of right now, where we stand, and it's funny with cancer, you just don't know. Things change. Things can change. It's like, just because you overcame one thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've overcome it all. So I don't know, maybe that's that little bug inside of my head that's saying, just wait, we'll see, don't get too excited. But just the fact that, it's the tumor's gone is just a miracle, really. It really is, because that chemo's hard. It really is. I mean, I have videos explaining stuff like how to manage your side effects and stuff if you're going through it, to try and ease a lot of the discomforts and things, and managing your diet and stuff like that. But it's still rough, very rough. you know, and it's like you lose all this time because you're resting a lot. I mean, I lost a good amount of my summer because I couldn't get out of bed. You know, I couldn't do anything. I didn't have energy for anything, and the guilt, the mental anguish that it puts you through because you know, you want to be there for your family and stuff. So, I mean, it was rough. It really was. So maybe not so much physically, like throwing up and all that stuff, but it was hard. It was just really challenging. So to come out of it and hear the words, "the tumor's gone," was just massive for me. It was just made every moment of it worth it. So now I'm going to go through the surgery. It's scheduled for November 4th. It's a Monday. And they're going to remove all the damaged tissue. And what they're looking for, and you know, I'm learning this all as I go. I tried not to overwhelm myself with a lot of information or try and overwhelm myself with every step of my treatment all at once. You know, I just try to take things one step at a time. You know, baby steps is so much easier to you know, deal with than trying to deal with it all, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, all that. So not overwhelming myself with information either, because sometimes it does more harm mentally than good. So margins, clear margins. So what they're looking for is they're going to remove all the tissue plus some, and then as long as that outer perimeter is clear of cancer, then we're good to go. And another thing that they're going to do is remove something called a sentinel node. And what that is, apparently, is the first target in line to spreading after the breast. So she's going to take that out and test it, and then they're going to make sure that it's clear. Now, my MRI came back good, and my MRI showed that my lymph nodes were clear, but her philosophy is, hey, you know, let's not take the MRI's word for it. We might find something microscopically that the MRI missed. So let's do this. And of course, you know, I'm 100% on board with that. They have been so good through all of this. I trust them completely. And if you watched any of my other videos, when I came into this whole thing, because I was misdiagnosed for 3 years by a different hospital, I lost all my faith in medicine completely. I trusted no one. So for me to say that today is a lot. It really is. They've been straight up with me. Every treatment, every medication, everything has worked. It's done what they said it would do. You know, they haven't misled me or anything like that. So, you know, I have faith in whatever she says she wants to do to make sure that I'm okay. I'm on board with it 100%. So provided that all that comes back clear, then I'll move on to radiation. But also an update, I met with my cosmetic surgeon, my reconstructive surgeon, and he said, well, since your doctor's opting for a lumpectomy and there's nodes that may or may not be involved, I'm not going to know, you know, if there's no cancer in those nodes for sure. Or not necessarily the nodes, but the margins when they remove the tissue. You know, I'm not going to know that for like 4 or 5 days after the surgery. So he doesn't want to go in and do reconstructive surgery until after we're sure. A lot of times the surgeon is able to do the reconstruction at the same time as the, you know, mastectomy, when that removal, then the cosmetic surgeon will come in and do the reconstruction at the same time, so that way a lot of women get you know, have it all done in one shot. But, you know, I was going in it with the, you know, with the information that I had was it was going to be a mastectomy, so they were going to have the cosmetic surgeon in there the same day. But now that things have changed, you know, hopefully, you know, I don't need another curveball thrown at me, but provided everything looks as good as they say it does, I'll have the lumpectomy. And then when I get these results back, hopefully clear, then he can come in and do his work. But I had a few options, and what I opted to do was just have a little bit of a reduction and a lift, because, you know, for my tiny little body, I have pretty large, you know, I mean, they're large, they're very heavy. So I think I've got enough to spare where he can do a little reduction and lift. And that would be a lot less invasive than trying to take tissue from other parts of the body to reconstruct, you know, what gets taken away. So I just really don't want to deal with all that. I think this would be better. And then I will do radiation after that. And that's like a month of every day. Maybe it's 6 weeks. I don't know. It's either 4 weeks or 6 weeks of radiation, 5 days a week. But I'm not going to worry about that. I just want to I want to hear the words, your lymph nodes are clear. We've got clear margins on the tissue, and be good with that. So that's my update on where we are. So I'm gonna get off of here because my videos always run way too long. I always talk about way too many things. I sidetrack a lot. I want to thank everybody for, you know, keeping up with what's going on and listening to me ramble on. And if you're going through this and want somebody to talk to, you know, drop a comment below, and you know, maybe we can chat and stuff about chemo or whatever. And thank my friends and family and everybody. I love you all very much. You make this so much more tolerable. So until next time, if you like this video, click like, subscribe to my channel. It's free and it helps me out a lot. And I will get back with you again soon. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.